is Terry Wilson, and welcome to TerryWilson3.com. This is episode 343. This is our special Christmas edition. And I just want to take 2 minutes and tell you what Christmas means to me. It is the celebration, it's the inauguration, and yes, it's even an invitation for more freedom, to experience freedom. If you've never had true financial, personal, and freedom of time, then I'm telling you, once you taste it, it's intoxicating. I want to show you, along with our panel, along with folks that are going to be on the call tonight, that we're going to be interviewing some of our top elite trainers and influencers around the country, talking about the You Are Worth More conference. We're going to show you that you can. It doesn't matter what your technical skill sets are. It doesn't matter what your business acumen is. It doesn't matter what your experiences are. Quit making excuses. You know, an excuse is nothing more than a permission slip for the status quo to hang around. You are a meaningful specific. You're not a wandering generality. Listen, if this old boy from North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia, who dropped out of college after only a few weeks, who was just at best a C student, that you can listen to me on these podcasts and understand I don't understand syntax, grammar, and a lot of other things. If this old guy can do it, I promise you there's not anyone out there. But it's not easy, but it's worth it. The cost of greatness, the cost of freedom, the cost that it's going to cost you, what you're going to pay if you ever want to go to the next level, is just simply this. It ain't about money, it ain't about time, forget all that. Here's what it costs to be better. Here's what it costs to go to the next level. Emotional strife, emotional pain, frustration, trying something and it not working out, and getting up the very next day with no loss of enthusiasm and going right back at it. I have never met anyone that has achieved anything that got it on their first try. Most of the people I know that are high performers in whatever industry, whether it be sports, whether it be business, whether it be their personal life, their marriage, talk to anyone who's happily married. They will tell you it didn't come easy. Talk to anyone who pulled themselves up by bootstraps and made something for themselves. They will tell you it didn't come easy. Now, there's people out there that inherit things. There's people out there that were born with a silver spoon in their mouth. But most of the folks are like me. Most of the folks try and fail, try and fail, try and fail. And then one day, because of just sheer luck and persistence, oh, that worked out. And if you're smart and if you're paying attention, you're saying, if that worked, then I can duplicate that. People think all the time, hey, everything he touches turns to gold. He just makes money online. Blah. You don't understand. 99.9% of the things I try, they fail. The difference between me and anybody else is I've got margin in my life where I can try things and fail. What I try to encourage my folks is try these proven strategies I have immediately that are low-hanging fruit, that don't take as much technical skill sets, don't take as much business acumen. Do this first, start making money, get some margin in your life, and then try this. And if it don't work out, don't worry about it. Try this. If it don't work out, don't worry about it. You get money and it's not just about money. It's about getting that financial and that emotional margin going on in your life so that when I try and fail, it don't bother me because, oh man, that's money that we needed for this. That's my play money. That's my play money. That's my play money. Oh, play money made money. What's making money is now going to go in my inventory of things and strategies that I do on a daily basis. That's how you build a business. That's how you build a life. But it takes trying, persistent. So tonight, episode 343, we're talking about freedom. We're talking about why, if you ever get just a taste, you'll want more and more and more. I'm telling you, it's intoxicating. We're going to talk about how you can take your business, your money, your life, everything to new levels. And on top of that, we're giving some cool stuff away. So stick around, Maestro.
Welcome to TerryWilson3.com.
This is the Terry Wilson, really?
Hey, Tony, this is Terry Wilson with TerryWilson3.com. How are you?
You personally are calling me back.
Get ready to discover, develop, and monetize your skills and talents with Terry Wilson.
Before the show starts, I'm already on strike one. I'm telling you, Oh, what am I going to do? Good Lord. Well, hey, guys, this is what episode are we on? 343. And we're talking about how a gift from Christmas can make you rich. Who wants to be rich tonight?
I'm okay with
it. Actually, I don't need no more.
As long as it doesn't involve any more new cars. I know you know.
We were laughing at your post.
We laughed all the way back from Boone, North Carolina. I said, can you believe?
As soon as Mom was reading it, I was like, what?
So I'm going to let you tell the story because I don't even want to mess you up. Go ahead.
So we've talked about my struggles with the new vehicle my husband bought for me, which I love and I'm so grateful for.
The struggle is real.
The struggle is real. So I was driving and my low tire pressure light came on. So I called Justin. I said, hey, this is going on. Do you think I can get back home or do you think I need to stop and get air? And he goes, oh, hold on. I'm going to check my phone because the app just sent me out an alert that said, and I said, oh, awesome. Can you put air in my tire from the app too? And he's at work with all his engineer friends, and they're all just making fun of me.
Working at a car manufacturer.
Yes.
BMW.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, but you know what it should.
The wife of an engineer at BMW wants to know, can you use your app and put air
How cool would that be, though?
Somebody ought to come up with it.
Somebody should.
Good night. That is some funny stuff. Reagan.
I'm here.
Are you here?
I'm here. I'm ready.
You're ready?
Yeah.
We're going to have a ton of stuff tonight. We've got 2 interviews. We got a ton of stuff to cover. We're going to try to figure out how to put air in a tire with an app.
We're working on that.
For Miss Lindsay. So, but if you've got shout outs, if you got, things that you want us to mention on air, members, go ahead and get them in now. We'd love to give your people that you've got on with you tonight a shout out. We'd love to do that. We've got a special shout out we're going to be playing that was called in about, about 30 minutes ago, right before the showtime. And so we'll get that. So we got that going on. But tonight is our special Christmas edition. This is the last show of the year.
Yes.
The last show of the year. There's some
kind of sad.
There's some happiness about that, and there's some sadness about that, isn't there?
Yeah.
I think Reagan's probably happier than us too, but
Well, a little extra sleep's always nice, but that's okay.
Spoken like a college kid that's got 3 or 4 irons in the fire. Yeah. So we got that going on. But real quick before we get going here, want to make sure that you know that we've got some giveaways. It's Christmas time.
Am I eligible for giveaways?
Well, we'll put you in the mix. We can put you in the mix. But here's some of the things we're going to give away tonight. If you're not a member at TW3, we're going to give you, if you play along, if you ask a question and Reagan selects your question, you will get put in a hat. If you're a non-member, you have to ask a good question that makes us laugh or makes us chuckle or compels us to think but no, seriously, if you got a question, ask your question. And if you are an insurance agent, real estate agent, indirect sales already, restaurant, retail, whatever it is, we're going to, if you ask a good question, we're going to put it in a hat, we're going to mix it up, and somebody's going to win a free voice broadcast dial for 1,000 leads. So what that means is, let's say, for instance, an insurance guy wins it. Mm-hmm. All he's got to do is say, hey, I sell final expense life insurance, and I want to call the senior market with trying to sell my life insurance. We're going to call 1,000 people for him with a recorded message with his name on it, his information, and compel them to come back and talk to that person. And usually, doing it the way we show, you can get about a 2% response, which is about 20 leads is what 1,000 dials will yield. So we're going to give that away. So that's
how do they enter?
How do they enter?
That's important information.
They've got to ask a good question.
Correct. And where do they go to ask it?
They go to Pure Chat, which is on terrywilson3.com/live podcast. If you're over on YouTube, thank you. If you're on YouTube, if you're over on Facebook, if you're somewhere else, you can't ask questions over there. You have to be at terrywilson3.com.
I mean, you can.
They just don't get. They don't get on the show and they get answered after the fact. That's the thing. Yeah. So make sure you're at terrywilson3.com/live podcast. And what does it look like when they go to click on it? At live podcast.
I went to it today, so I know. There's black and there's countdown, but there's no countdown because we're live.
Yeah. But once it goes live, there's a little thing in the bottom right-hand corner, and I look like who?
Guy Fieri.
Smiling, and it's written in cursive, so if you're a millennial, you won't understand.
Oh, bless it.
That's a little jab at Reagan.
I can sign my name. It's pretty good.
I can sign my name in cursive.
Well, listen, me and Justin, when we write cursive, nobody can read it, so it's
Y'all
not
must be
even,
doctors.
obviously.
High-income doctors.
Obviously.
That's right.
Yep.
But you go over there, you click on it, it says, let's chat. You ask a question. Reagan's in the live chat room right now answering questions as we speak, and he's selecting questions to ask later on. He's going ahead and getting together all the shout-outs. That's where you'll put in your shout-outs. But if you ask a good question, you're going to get $1,000. If you ask a good question and you are a member.
Wait, you said $1,000.
Did I say 1,000? Thank you. 1,000 dials.
Did he?
Those are different things.
Rewind.
I mean, I'll take $1,000.
Well, I'm sure you would.
But
But it's 1,000 calls. So it's about $197, $150 based on the type of dials. But we're giving that away to someone who's a non-member on tonight that asks a question and participates, and we'll tell the folks at the end who it is. We're going to give members, if you're on tonight and you ask a question that's a non-member type question, in other words, if you're saying, hey, I'm on step 4 and you said in video 3, section da-da-da-da, that's a membership question. Those are for membership trainings. This is a live podcast for people who are non-members, but we want members to participate. You ask a question or you give a shout out, you participate tonight, we're going to give you a free lead booster if you're selected. Somebody's going to walk away with a free lead booster, which means 25 leads to sell TW3. So that's very nice. That's very nice. And if you are one of the first to sign up for the Worthmore Conference, that's still on sale. The tickets are half off. If you are one of the first to sign up, you're going to get a free mixer and free get-together, private get-together. So that's about $45. That's about an $80 gift when it's all said and done. So I'm going to buy you a drink. You're going to get together with some of our top producers in the business. You're going to hang out with us, and we're going to network together with a group of 20 people, and then we're going to have a private session with just 5 of us. If you come to the conference, that's going to be a free thing, but you got to be at the conference. But if you're one of the first to sign up tonight, got to be tonight, then you will want to we'll pull your name and let people know that you're getting that for free. You won that. So we're giving away some really, really cool stuff. So to win the stuff tonight, you just have to ask questions, whether you're a member or non-member. If it's a good question, we choose your question. We're going to put it in a hat. We put it in a hat, you're going to win something, okay? So make sure that happens. So a little pause for the calls, and we'll get this game started. First of all, if you want to come to a conference that is guaranteed to help you take your business, your money, your life to new levels, you won't find someone that came to last year's conference that will not give you rave reviews about it. We had a small conference this past March. Had about 25 of our elite members from all over the country come, and they have made me cry on multiple times just saying what it meant to them. And it's just humbling for me to hear people talk about what we put together, especially since it was sort of our first one doing it at that level, and we had it at Embassy Suite. So we're having another one. The point of the matter is we're having another one. If whether you're a member or non-member, you can attend, no matter if you're an elite, plus, rep, affiliate, or non-member. Anyone can come, and right now is the cheapest time to get tickets, because once this end of this month is away and we start January 1 on out, it goes to regular price, which is $397 a ticket. Right now you can get tickets for half off for only $197, but you have to go to worthmoreconference.com. That's worthmoreconference.com. Lindsay, I've said it many times, earners are learners and leaders are readers. If you want to go to the next level, what do you have to do? You have to grow to the next level. And the way you do that is surround yourself with great content, great information that both informs, inspires, illuminates, and engages you. Seth Godin says you are the sum total of the 5 people you hang around the most. And so I don't know Tony Robbins personally. I don't know Seth Godin. I don't know Pat Flynn personally. I don't know Cliff Ravenscraft personally. I don't know a lot of these folks, but I listen to them every day right here through my audiobooks and podcasts. And you can get a free audiobook by going to terrywilson3.com/free book. That's terrywilson3.com/free book. Try them out for a month. If you don't like it, cancel the service and keep your free book. But you're going to like it, because I'm telling you, good information brings good illumination. Illumination tells you what to do, how to think, and you get going traveling, and good activity yields good results. 'Tis the season to travel. If you're traveling to find or traveling to be with friends and family over the holidays, make sure you go to terrywilson3.com/booking for up to 70% off on your airfare, your hotel, your car rental, and travel. You can connect with us on social media by going to terrywilson3.com/Facebook. That's terrywilson3.com/Facebook. If you're a twit that likes to tweet, you can check us out at TerryWilson3. At Terry Wilson 3. And of course, I'd love for you to subscribe over to my YouTube channel at terrywilson3.com/YouTube. All my videos, all my podcasts, everything's over there. And if you'd like to get alerts and be on these impromptu videos that I do during the day saying, hey, I want to talk about voice broadcast dialing, I want to talk about bulk texting, I want to talk about selling real estate, I want to talk about selling insurance, I want to talk about leadership, I want to talk, I always have things I want to talk about. But if you want to come on and talk with me, ask questions, or just poke fun at me and say, if this guy is crazy fool, why am I not doing it? Anyway, I want you over there. I want you on my text list. Go to text the word at, and that's the A with the circle around it. Text at TW3 Podcast. Text that word to this number, 81010. So get your phone out right now.
I'm doing this.
And put your at sign down.
Because I've missed some of these.
See, and I'm cheating on you. I'm talking and you're not there.
I know. What is it?
At TW. Yeah, so the number is 81010. Just pop that in right now, 81010.
Okay.
And then type at TW3 Podcast. At
all lowercase.
All lowercase.
Boom shakalaka.
Boom shakalaka laka. Boom shakalaka. All right, Reagan, what shout outs do we have, my brother?
All right, let me pull them up.
Did I wake you up? Here. I didn't wake you up, did I?
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. This is the first time I've been slightly overwhelmed with all the people we have coming in, but it's awesome because I'm having to make a list. I'm like, oh, I gotta make sure I get everything.
Tiffany's here. She's my shout out.
Nice. Jumping in ahead of everybody.
Yep.
I see how it is.
Cutting
in line. All right, that's fine.
Hey, membership has she's in the studio. It has the privileges. Doesn't it?
All right, so this first shout out's from Spencer. He wants to shout out Dawn and Fred. So I don't believe they've joined yet. But
Don and Fred, welcome aboard. Welcome aboard.
Ron and Gary wanted to shout out all of their new signups because they've had a plethora. So sort of saving a little bit of time, but know that you are welcome. They wanted to shout you out. Trevor wanted to shout out Hal Edwards and Wes Willoff. And Mark Griffin wanted to shout out Lindsay Blackburn and Ayan Muhammad. So welcome all our new people. It's awesome to have you guys.
Welcome aboard. It's great to have you guys. We had a call that came in today from a member who, when he came on, I don't think he would mind us saying that some of the technical stuff at TW3 was a little bit challenging. Some of the marketing concepts might have been a little bit challenging. And honestly, listening to me was probably a little bit challenging because as we talked about before we went on the air, I am the smartest dumb guy you will ever meet. My syntax, my grammar.
You struggle with syntax and grammar. I struggle with vehicles. I mean,
well, yeah,
everybody's got their struggles.
The struggle's real, folks. The struggle's real. Well, this guy had a little bit of struggle, like we all do. None of us is perfect. But he, to me, is one of my favorite stories here at TW3, and he continues to be one because he's a rock star now. He came to the conference this past year.
Took off because everybody did.
Because everybody did. And then he calls in and he leaves me this message. I want to play this right now, if I can.
I just want to wish everyone in the TW3 family a Merry Christmas and hope they have a great holiday season. I want to let everyone know that I'm very thankful and grateful that I was able to find Terry's system this past year. I want to thank Gary, and I want to thank Mark. But anyways, I don't give up. I just keep on plugging away and keep trying. I just want to let everyone know that this is a great, legitimate opportunity, and you will not be sorry by looking into this. I guess what I'm trying to say is you owe yourself the opportunity. Take a look at Terry Wilson 3 and TW3's software system because it is a great work from home opportunity, and you really don't want to pass this up. And remember, there's only one Terry Wilson 3. So I'm looking forward to seeing all of you at the conference in March. And happy holidays and happy new year to everyone. And I will see you at the podcast.
Well, Ron, we will see you at the podcast, and we got that in, and I know you sent a couple in, but it always came in just a little bit behind when we could get it edited and get it ready for the show and stuff. But that's Ron, Bam Bam, out on the left coast, as we call him. He's a kindred spirit. Reagan will tell you, and River will tell you when he did the Pure Chat thing. I love the way Ron, he's sort of like he's commentating through the whole show, and it's
really?
Sometimes we're going to do the live chat like we do on these impromptu and have the chat come up actually on the screen, because he likes to commentate as it goes, and it's just fun to go back and read as the show unfolds and the things he's saying. But here's Lindsay, here's a guy that will tell you, and he was at you met him, he was at the conference this past year, you know, and how many times have you worked, because you've been in the business really doing well the last several months, but you'll get somebody in and they have so much hope, they have so much promise, they have so much desire, but entrepreneurialism is not easy.
It's not. It's a mindset that you have to commit to.
It's a mindset you have to commit to, and if you're not careful, when the going gets tough, it's real easy to find out and search for reasons why you should give up.
Right.
And that's human nature, and that's not to beat up on anyone. That's really not.
Right. But nobody's holding you accountable but yourself.
That's exactly right. And there's a scene. Have you ever watched Shawshank Redemption?
I've seen Justin watching it, but I haven't.
Listen,
sat down and watched
every
it.
entrepreneur in the sound of my voice, here's a lesson in Shawshank Redemption. Morgan Freeman, the voice of God, Andy Dufresne, you know, he's the one that's commentating through that whole show. But the librarian that played, I forget the gentleman's name, he's an older gentleman. He played the librarian in the prison. He got out, and he'd been in prison so long that when he got out of prison, the world had changed. He had been conditioned by prison to where in prison you don't have to worry about mealtime because you just go and you eat your meal. You don't have to worry about where to be at what time because you're told.
Right.
You don't have to worry about anything because your life is scheduled for you. You are a prisoner. Yeah. You're not responsible for what you're doing next. You're a prisoner.
Right.
He'd been in that environment. He went in when he was in his 20s. He came out when he was in his early 80s. He'd been in prison for almost 50, 60 years, according to the movie. Yeah. He gets there, and so the only job, you know, the prison helps him get a job, and he's bagging groceries. Well, he can't keep up, and he's walking back and forth from life and even making the decision where to go to the bathroom, when or not. Those little things in life, he's not used to making decisions and functioning in life, and he ends up killing himself because the pressure. Wow. You know, so years, and Morgan Freeman, they're saying, why would this guy do this? Why would this? And Morgan's talking in the prison. He goes, because he's been institutionalized. And they're saying, that's bullshit. You know, you're crazy. He says, at first, these walls, they hold you in and you're frustrated because you're not a free person. You can't get out. But over time, these walls become your protection. You never have to worry anymore. You don't have to worry about what's on the outside world. This is your world now. Right. And for me, that is the dichotomy. That's the distinction between employment and entrepreneurialism. What I have found over the last 10 years of helping people transition from employment to entrepreneurialism, you are conditioned that I'm here at this time, I do this, and as long as I try, and as long as I say I've done this, if I try and I put in, you owe me a paycheck. Entrepreneurialism is right opposite. It don't matter what your effort is. It doesn't matter. It matters only about what your results are, your execution. And so the hardest thing to get people to transition from is the mindset of employment to the mindset of entrepreneurialism.
That's a really good point because it is another world.
It's a completely different world. It's not to make a judgment on anybody or anything. It's just and so unless you're willing to understand, because we all have something inside of us that yearns to be free. I started a podcast off tonight talking about the 5 most powerful words in history. And it's just, I'm going to get on my little preachy soapbox and then we're going to go on. I promise. We got interviews. We got all kinds. We got some good stuff. We're giving stuff away tonight. We got some great stuff. But I'll say this and we'll get off of it. The 5 most powerful words in history, I believe, and I've heard many theologians say it because it connects to both the Torah, the Old Testament, and the New Testament. It talks about how these people were struggling. They were conditioned by life to be slaves. They were conditioned, it is what it is. Life's not going to get any better. But then these prophets would keep popping up and said, but one day there's going to be a Savior. One day there's going to be a person that comes and he will set his people free. One day this is going to happen. Yes, life is hard right now. Yes, but one day it won't have to be this way. And whatever. And we yearn to be, but it is what it is. And then you turn to the book of Luke and we read this as we open a Christmas story, and no one ever pays attention to it. But it's 5 words that are powerful. And it came to pass. In those days, a decree went out. But those 5 words says, promises were made, a promise was kept.
Mm-hmm.
And, the word and, think about it. Life's hard. This is going on. And it came to pass. There's always, listen, if you put a period behind your problem, it stops there. But if you put a comma and allow the and it came to pass. What came to pass? The promise that there's more for you.
Mm-hmm.
You can do more. You can have more. You can experience more. And yes, you can earn more. Because why did he come? He says it was for freedom that he set us free. Mm-hmm. I don't believe anybody is wanting bondage, wants to be, financially under the thumb of the man. You know what I'm saying? And I know that sounds a little religious, and I told everybody, give me a little latitude because it's Christmas, so I'm
about to start singing a song from a Christmas musical last night.
But it is so true. I mean, you don't have to be in bondage anymore. You don't, and to me, employment's bondage. I don't want someone telling me where to be at what time, what to say, how to say it, and when to say it.
Oh, gracious.
I don't want someone telling me when I can have time off, when I can. I don't want to justify if I should take my child to the doctor today, or if it's I don't want to have a note to come back to say, forget you. I'm a free individual.
That would be, I don't even think about that stuff anymore, but I mean, that would be incredibly difficult.
Well, that's what I said on the very front end. Once you taste freedom, it's intoxicating. You won't go back.
I worked, I told you, we had I play keys in a band for those that don't know. And we had a back-to-back 2 in a row Christmas production yesterday after I'd played 2 services in the morning. So I'd been playing the piano all day, and it was wonderful. And I'm so grateful that I get to serve in that capacity. But I was exhausted. So I worked from my bed today. I was in the bed. I had my planner, I had my laptop, and I had tried to start the day off strong. I went for a 3-mile run, and I was like, oh, this is gonna give me so much energy. And I came home and I went back to bed, and I worked from bed. And I was like, this is why I work for myself, because I have the freedom to rest because I need to today. Exactly,
because once you have this thing where you're sort of, you do your own thing. You're not, you don't have to ask, because the thing to wrap this up, and then we got an interview here with Angela Leader. One of the things that was when Morgan got out of prison, he went to the same grocery store that the gentleman that killed himself went to. He had to stay in the same apartment. He had the same life, and he had the same pressures. He had the same, oh my God, I'm out of this prison. And he harkened back to when he says, yeah, I've been institutionalized, and how these walls, but he had enough self-awareness that a friend of his that was, the whole movie is about a guy that was sent to prison and was never meant to be in prison. He didn't do what they accused him of. He broke out and got free. And the day before he broke out and got free, he told Morgan, he says, because Morgan said it's institutionalized. You just got to learn to live in the squalor that you're in. It is what it is. All those negative things that you're going to hear and other people will tell you, to just settle for where you're at and quit expecting more. And then Andy Dufresne, the character, looked at Morgan Freeman and he says, you either get busy living or you get busy dying. And he just walked off. Well, the next day he's gone. He broke out.
Wow.
Morgan comes out. He gets out on parole. He's served his time. He's out there, and he's getting tempted to hang himself and do the same thing the other guy did because of all these pressures. And then he looks at the thing where the gentleman said he was at, because he carved his name. He said, and he said to himself, I either need to get busy living or get busy dying. And he broke his parole. He bought a ticket to Mexico to meet up with his buddy, because he knew that's where he was going to be. And they served time in the beach. That's how it ended. They're out there on the beach and everything. But it's so, to me, it's just so apropos of life that, you know, life can condition you, that you're just supposed to be in these four walls and you don't expect any more. You don't go any further. But there's 5 words that to me defines this season, and it came to pass. There's a promise that you can have more if you want it, but it's a mindset. You can't give up. It's just like Bam Bam said right there before we came on, and he called in. He says, I am committed. I'm not giving up. And he is a rock star. Reagan, is he not pulling in 1 or 2 sales a week now?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, and this guy, you know, we love you, but you're a drummer. We didn't know if he was going to be able to tie your shoes. I mean, but I mean, he is just knocking it out.
That's
you know,
awesome.
and it's great. I have got a lovely lady. I'm hoping she's on the line. We've been talking. I called her while we were yapping, and so hopefully she's on the line. Angela, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Well, I don't know. The jury's still out, but it's you know, I'm trying. It's good to have you on tonight.
Thank you. It's kind of doing a like I'm hearing it twice. Is there any way not to do that?
Do you have your computer on as well with the podcast
Yes.
going? You might need to mute the computer or pause the video that you're watching right now, because
Okay.
that's what's causing a loop, because I got you on the phone, and then you're on the probably hearing your computer as well. Echo.
Okay, yeah, I turned it off. Now it's good.
All right, good. So, Angela, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been with TW3? What brought you to TW3? And, you know, what are you doing now?
Okay. So I've been with TW3 probably about a year. However, I didn't necessarily join TW3 to market TW3 because I am a life coach.
Right.
And I was doing a bunch of different entrepreneurial things in general in the past, and I always knew that I needed to learn how to build an email list and do all that, and I never really wanted to do it before, but I knew I needed to. I was doing everything the hard way. So that's really what brought me to TW3, and I'm super excited that I've actually learned these skills and are utilizing it to create different funnels and stuff like that. So super excited about all that.
Nice.
Yes. So as far as what I'm doing now, I am a life transformation dream builder coach, and basically helping unfulfilled professionals who feel stuck or who want to make a change to find their purpose and their passion.
Right.
And guide them through a 12-week curriculum, which is a proven, predictable, and repeatable system to achieve their dream and create a life that they love living in every area. Because I'm all about passion and
Right.
purpose, because you know, all the stuff that you consistently say, you know, we're not wandering generalities, but meaningful specifics and all that. And we were all created for greatness, you know, and to help a person they were actually created for is just, you know, amazing feeling, you know.
Absolutely.
About living a vision-based life versus a condition-based life, and how to overcome limiting beliefs.
Now be careful.
And,
That rhymed, and if it rhymes, I'll steal it. Did you say what did you say?
Vision-based.
A vision-based life versus a condition-based.
Vision-based life versus condition-based life, because whenever I'm teaching someone, or, you know, asking them to what would their dream look like, a lot of people base it on conditions in the sense of, you know, what do they think they can do. But going back to that childlike state of, if my circumstances and all that were not an issue, the question is, what would you love, you know, and kind of going from there. And so how I even got into the dream building thing, because I've had an extremely rough life based on very bad choices and all that. And I was in the legal field for over 20 years and was completely burnt out and stressed out. And you had asked me, where did I get the entrepreneurial, or when was I introduced to that? And basically when I went to school for that, a Mary Kay girl had come to our class one day, and ever since then, it's like I've always had a side hustle, because and I was bit by the entrepreneurial bug way back then.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so that's kind of how it's for me. But as far as dream building, I'm still doing a bunch of building own dreams. I actually just got through writing a book. I just got my ministry degree. I'm constantly learning and growing. It's just my personality. Just want to keep growing and expanding and doing that. You know, talking about freedom, that is my theme word, if you will. And for me, first and foremost, it is spiritual freedom as far as not being in bondage to sin, but every area. Like, I mean, freedom is just, you know, that is the most amazing word. And I don't think I could ever go back to corporate America either, because you're right. Once you taste that, it's,
oh, you're done.
You know, you're done.
Your goose is cooked. You're not, once you get to the point where you're not, and I hate to say it because I know there's people that listen to this podcast and they're working a 9 to 5, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So I don't want to come across like I'm poo-pooing on people that work a 9 to 5 job. I'm not. But there is a difference of once you taste the freedom of being on your own and not having to kiss the boots of some manager or play the office politics. Once you get and actually do better than what you could in any corporate situation, it's very difficult to talk people into going back, isn't it?
Yeah. And I mean, you know, for me, it's, well, you know, I was in a job that I hated, and so many people are in that predicament of either, you know, they're just doing it because they have no choice, or their parents wanted them to do something, or whatever it is, you know. So,
sure.
But it is taking that leap of faith to believe that you can do something different. But I mean, you know, you can always start and build it up and do all that. It's not like you have to just, you know, quit your job, you know.
Absolutely.
So, but no.
Absolutely. Well, and the thing is, and people will hear this podcast and they hear us talk, and I got your text, and I'll read it in just a second. But I will.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah. I got it. It came in. People will hear this, Angela, and they'll hear us talk. They'll hear Lindsay talk, and I want you to talk to that person that's out there that's saying, I want to do this. And it must be so easy. It must be just a plug and play. You just jump, and tomorrow it takes off. Manage that person's expectations.
No, for me, this has been a huge journey, and I had a lot of like personal issues to overcome too, as far as a bunch of like self-worth and all that. So major personal development for me, constantly learning and listening to, like you're saying, Tony Robbins. And I've went to tons of seminars and all that to just even build myself up to be able to do it. That was a long process for me personally. But as far as, you know, the work and all that, I mean, it's not an overnight thing. You do have to put a lot of work into it, and you do have to sacrifice some things and all that. But at the end of the day, it is worth it, you know, because, you know, you sacrifice for a little while, you know, while we're doing their things, but then you're going to be able to live the rest of your life while they can't, you know. I mean, I don't have to rely on Social Security or all those different things where people aren't prepared.
Right.
It's like taking control. I mean, it's, you know, it's definitely, like you're saying, it's work for sure, but it's totally worth it. Because, I mean, how I looked at it was, I was working, you know, at a law firm and completely burned out and stressed out, and I was working so hard for somebody else. It's like, if I'm going to work this hard, I need to be doing this for myself, you know. And then the thing is, there's no security out there. People get laid off after 30 years, or, you know, it's sad and it's very scary, but it's, you know, there is no security.
Well, I do think that that's the thing. People have this misnomer that there's an actual secure job, but there is no secure job, is there?
No, there's not.
I mean, everything's a risk. The difference is, in entrepreneurialism, you manage the risk because you have the steering wheel. Mm-hmm. It's not somebody in an ivory tower making decisions for you, because I guarantee you the people in the ivory tower making those decisions are not making them based on your best interest, but what's the best interest of the bottom line, which is how they get paid, which is their own self-interest.
Well, as far as the job thing, someone that I know, more of an acquaintance, but recently asked us to pray because her husband lost his job recently. And I was so crushed when I heard that, and I kind of had this thought, oh my goodness, that's so scary. And then I had this secondary thought, I am so grateful that I can't lose my job, because I'm in charge of my job.
Right.
You know, like there's more security, I believe, in what we do.
Absolutely.
Because we can't fire ourselves. I mean,
you're not going to get fired. And you've got control over, you know, the direction of your business.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing TW3.
I mean, that's the thing, complete control.
Absolutely. You know? Because, Angela, you've been with me long enough now to know that TW3 has modified just in the last year and a half, has it not?
Mm-hmm.
And why is that?
Yeah.
Because the market has modified.
Right.
So we're constantly changing.
Growing things change.
And so we're constantly moving and bobbing and weaving to make sure we're relevant for today and what's going on.
Yeah.
But you know, and you're doing the same thing in your business. You know, I think when we first started with Angela, correct me if I'm wrong, but Angela, you were sort of on one track of doing things, but now you sort of, because I'm hearing things come out of what you're wanting to do today that it's like Angela 4.0. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I've made a lot of transitions, and you know, at one point it was okay, like with dream building, part of the thing of attracting things into your life based on what your vision is, and I had to go through a lot of processes based on things in my personal life, which my book ultimately, I kind of stopped coaching initially to go through some healing and all that, which my book helped me to do. And then it kind of opened up another area of things for me. So it's like everything with me is a transition, but that's the whole thing, is I'm in complete control, and I've been doing what I've wanted to do for all these years. You know what I mean? So
right.
It's like, however it needs to pan out. But at the end of the day, even with the TW3 thing, I mean, I haven't put a lot of effort into trying to completely market your system, even though I want to do that. But for me, everything is incrementally spaced out because I'm working on all these different things. It's my personality. I'm just like, but I mean, I'm doing it and it's planned out. It's just, I take on way more than I should at times, but hey, it's all good because I'm loving my life. And the thing is, at the end of the day with the dream building, that's the promise of that was to be able to say, I love my life. And back in the day, I so could not say that, but now I can truly say with no fear of contradiction that I truly do love my life. It's amazing.
Well, see, you have freedom. You have stepped into freedom, and as you step into it, and as you grow into it, and as you expand into it, the money will come. I promise. Because money is attracted to value, and value comes from people who's hitting on all cylinders and solving problems. And you can't solve problems until you've solved your own problem. And your own problem is, how do I do what I want to do and have the freedom I want to have? So, I mean, you are just rocking it out. Real quickly, you're one of our platform speakers at the conference. You're going to be training.
Right.
What can people expect if they come to Angela's sessions at the 2019 conference?
As of right now, I'm planning on doing a mini version of my vision workshop. How much time is each speaker allotted?
Well, how much time do you need?
Oh, I don't know. It just depends. You know, it depends on how. Because I mean, I can make this a 10-minute, 30-minute.
No, you're going to get at least one session's 45 minutes.
Okay.
And you're
a
going
mini version of a vision workshop. Sorry.
Yeah, you're gonna get a minimum of one session, but if you need more, we can talk about that off the air as far as laying that out and what it needs to look like. But yeah, we can work that out however you need to do it.
Okay. But I mean, that's what I'm planning right now. But I mean, you never know. Change my mind.
No, that's okay. That's okay. And you've got a book. Is it done yet?
Yeah, it's actually in public. It was finished being written last year, but it was because it's so personal, and all of that. I'm basically doing it because I feel like I'm supposed to do it. I'm not ready mentally and emotionally to actually go for it, but it should be done in about 45 days, like completely published.
Very, very cool. And if people want to connect with you, Angela, how do they do it?
A call to freedom.org.
A call to freedom.org. That's Angela.
Yeah.
Angela Martin.
And I offer complimentary strategy sessions for people who want to get clarity on their purpose and all that kind of stuff. And they, can do that as well on my website.
Well, we are elated. We're so proud. We're humbled that you have chosen us to be your platform to manage and launch and continue to grow your business. And I am so honored to have you at this conference this coming year, and I can't wait to see you pour your life and your value into other people and see them take off in their journey to a call to freedom.
Well, appreciate that, and I appreciate the opportunity to be on tonight.
I can't wait to see you in March.
I know. I'm looking forward to seeing all y'all too.
All right. See you later. So that was Miss Angela.
Love her.
She's such a humble, sweet spirit that has just, because a lot of times, and Reagan will tell you this, Terry, Reagan will hear these comments and has responded to it, and we've talked about it on the podcast. Well, all this platform is just to resell it. No, here's a person you just heard. She's not reselling. She's an author. She's writing a book. She's speaking. And she's got a platform to do that, and we're honored to have her. About, I would say, 40% of our members don't even resell TW3. They use it to generate leads for their own business, manage their existing business, grow their membership list with it. So it's just absolutely wonderful to hear and see, and she's a rock star.
I'm excited for her session.
I am too.
Don't schedule mine at the same time because I'm going to hers.
So because you're going to hers, you wanting to go to hers, and so we'll have to. That's something we're gonna have to work out. Where everybody
getting stressed just thinking about this. He's like,
I was like, Chris, you need to organize this. So Reagan, we got some giveaways going on.
We do.
We've got some questions that have come in.
Many
so
questions.
do you have any questions you can ask Lindsay right now?
Let's see. I probably actually should have sorted this beforehand. But sure, let's see. We've got a ton of questions, which is awesome.
Ooh.
Sometimes we'll have too few, but I'm wanting to find the one perfect for you, Lindsay.
Oh, goodness.
Let's see. Ooh. I like this one a lot.
Is it about CBD?
Stop it.
Don't stop it. It's Christmas.
Tis the spirit. Okay, so this one's from Jeff. And I kind of want to get your perspective on this because I feel like we could answer this, but it'd be very sort of generic. What is TW3's biggest accomplishment so far for you, and where do you see the company in the next 5 years? And he wants to know what he can do to help.
Is he a member?
Probably should have verified that beforehand. Give me a second.
Okay.
Get in the mic.
So TW3's greatest accomplishment, I would say, being in business in this space for 10 years is very, very significant.
I hear it's difficult.
Well, yeah.
I hear it's difficult.
Yeah.
He is a member. He is a member.
Okay.
Yes.
In the technology space, the software, online, it's cutthroat. So to be around for 10 years and to still be relevant and practical is really an amazing accomplishment. What was part 2 of the question?
Let's see. Part 2 was where does he see the company in the next 5 years? Where do you see the company in the next 5 years?
I see the company strong, present. I expect us to continue to have great ratings.
Yeah.
I expect membership to be at least double by then.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
There's a lot of growth that's happened this year. So if we continue the trajectory, then
it'll probably be more than double, but yeah, that would, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
But you don't want to grow too fast either because you don't want to peak and
Sure.
that's a whole other topic. But I expect stability in 5 years. And what can he do to help? Really screen the people that you bring into business.
Mm-hmm.
Really make sure that the people that you're bringing on to coach have the right attitude, have the right heart, and are fully aware of what they are getting involved with. Bring on quality, not quantity. That would be my...
That's a fantastic answer.
That's a fantastic answer.
Thanks.
We got time for one more?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, cool. I had it saved here, but let me narrow it down. Okay. So this is from Teresa, who's a non-member.
Okay.
She says, I'm interested in becoming a rep and working and taking calls in the call center, but just trying to get a handle on what's required for the full setup and to get started, such as the additional fees to get started and taking calls, monthly maintenance fees, etc. And a realistic time frame as far as training and getting up to speed to be able to effectively handle the calls.
Okay.
So for her, what would you tell her?
I would start by talking about the call center.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that your call center traffic is your responsibility, It is going to be up to you to use the tools to create ads to drive traffic to yourself. So that is going to be a big part of your training. I would tell her to plan for at least 4 hours a day, 7 days consecutively, to get through steps 1 through 6 and to really fully understand them. Come to all your membership trainings, come on Monday nights, and also come on Wednesday nights. She said, how long is it going to take before she...
Yeah, about how long does it take to get started?
Okay, so, and as far as extra things, you can get a headset. A lot of people like a headset. I personally don't use one. It's very much personal preference. I'm very happy with the audio on my iPhone. As far as other than your membership package price plus your admin fees, which your first admin fee will be charged 1 month from the day that you sign up. Aside from those 2 expenses, the only other budget that I allocate for is my advertising budget.
Right.
So there's not a lot of startup expenses, and your ad budget is dependent on the results you're seeking.
And for her being someone that wants to start taking calls and stuff, that's our first package, which would be the rep package.
Right.
Coming on as a rep. But
I would plan to start out with a minimum ad budget of $25 a week.
Yeah.
That's going to drive probably, in my experience, about 40 leads a week to you. So follow up, call all those leads. And so as far as when you're going to be up and running, I mean, you could technically be up and running relatively quick if you do all the work.
First couple weeks, easy, yeah.
Yeah, you can start taking calls. I have seen people make sales really quickly, but for me personally, and I've got a pretty strong sales experience. I was on the phones for 28 days before I made my first sale. And I had to find my footing and find my language. And so if you've got a great sales experience and you're in the thick of it right now, maybe it won't take you that long.
Let me ask you this.
Sure.
Because I think I have an opinion on what I'm about to ask you, but I'd like to hear your opinion.
Before you get started, I just want to say that was a great question because she was actually a little bit hesitant to ask that. And I was like, no, we love introductory questions.
That's a great
fantastic question.
Fantastic question.
Did I answer all the parts?
I feel like you did. I
Okay.
think you did a good job.
Thanks.
Okay.
A minus.
A minus.
Thanks.
I'm being realistic.
I think. Go ahead. What? Here's the question. You don't know what the
I'm
question.
like,
You said go ahead. I was like,
I'm telling you what I think about your answer that you haven't answered because I hadn't asked the question. I'm telling you, sometimes the Mondays, sometimes. What do you think was the biggest aha, or what do you think you did different after 28 days that started yielding better results? In other words, you had 28 days, and I'm not saying you did anything wrong in those 28 days, but you did start changing and modifying your approach. And when you did, there was noticeable difference. What do you think that was?
So it all boiled down to training, because I had previously been through the steps, but I was not familiar, and there were a lot of questions that I was being asked that I didn't know the answer to readily. And so what I was doing is I was on the phone and I'd pull up my computer and I'm searching for these answers while I've got somebody on the phone. And then once I became more familiar with the content, I didn't have to do that. And so there's a couple of key resources that I use now that I did not use previously. One of them is terrywilson.com/FAQ.
Yeah.
Because there are so many answers to questions.
Well, that's the terms of our agreements. That's everything.
It's all right there.
Yeah, because, the biggest asked questions is also our terms and how we operate and what it costs and what's involved.
I think when people sometimes hear terms of agreement, they're expecting Apple licensing, or they're like, I'm not going to understand a word.
No, this is written in redneck.
This was written by you, so it's yeah, it's understandable.
Well, here's what I think.
I wasn't finished.
Okay, go ahead.
The other
no
thing,
one cares what you think. We're not done.
The other thing is I refined my approach. I have a very organized, meticulous approach now, and I have a system, and it's a proven system now, and I know what to expect when I follow up with leads in the order of action that I currently use.
Right.
Okay. I'm done now.
I think the biggest thing you did, and I agree with all that, by the way, because it took a while. It does take a while because there's a lot of moving parts here.
Yeah.
It's a lot of moving parts. This isn't like just selling a widget. Hey, we got this widget. It's just this widget. There's a lot of moving parts and nuances because this widget has a voice broadcast dialer, bulk texter, bulk emailer, landing page, opt-in forms. It's training. It's a lot of stuff. So there's a lot of things here. There's a lot of moving parts. But I will tell you, I think, from me personally, just watching you, the biggest difference, and I don't know if you recognized it, was that conversation we had where I says, remember, you don't have to sell these folks anything to make money. You can just offer them an hourly job. So never approach them like you're trying to sell them something or begging for them.
That's true.
Because
that was pivotal.
You don't sell in a job setting. You're offering an opportunity to work.
Right.
And when your body language changes when the people you're talking to, because here's the thing, even if you could sell to them, you might not want to.
Yeah.
So you should always have this posture that I'm offering you something of great value.
Yeah.
I'm offering you something that will change your life. It's not arrogance, it's the reality.
You know, you also said something that was really, really helpful to me, and I probably haven't even told you this, but
I said something.
Yes, you
that
did.
was back. Oh, we'll see.
Hold on.
Okay,
Y'all
let me
get ready. So I was talking to someone today, and I said, you know, we've got a few opportunities here. I can refer you for the hourly and the salary opportunities. But if you're considering working from home, I can tell you about the 3 different levels that we offer. Now, there is an investment cost to get you licensed, credentialed, and trained to have the resale rights to sell this software. Mm-hmm. And using that terminology as opposed to saying, well, the first package costs $997.
Right.
Basically, you know, presenting it as this is an investment, this is a business opportunity. There are licensing, credentialing, and training fees associated with this business opportunity. That, I mean, for me, it's a completely different frame of mind because the other business that I have, I invested $5,000. And then I had all kind of other startup costs, like monthly costs, all kind of craziness.
Well, because really what we're selling is not just software, which is a lot of software, it's a site, but it's the training attached to that and how to use it. And you've got to understand our methodology, our strategies. It takes time. That's a credentialing that, okay, this person has gone through these steps, this process. They understand our business now. Yeah. They've been credentialed. They have our system now to resell it. They've been licensed. And that's an expense, and you can't get in insurance, you can't get into real estate, you can't get in any professional career without that. And that's what this is. And for those who have a vision and see it, that's who we want. For those who don't, they just think they're signing up for some pills, thrills, lotions, and potions. There's another TW3. Then that's not our market.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not our people. Nothing wrong with that.
That was a big realization to me and this is what Justin and I are going to be working on next week when he's got some time off for Christmas, is I really want to focus on doing my marketing for people that are insurance agents, because they truly see the value of the investment and how TW3 can benefit and grow their business to the next level. Right. So they're a very good person to market to.
I like insurance and real estate folks because they're already in a profession. I like people in the legal profession as well. I like people in the doctor's profession because they sort of get it.
Yeah.
And I like people who are in none of those professions, but they want more and they're hungry and they're willing to go.
Talk to me about legal and doctors real quick. What?
Ooh, got one. Hold on. Hold up.
Got a question?
Hold up. He's got a
hold up.
I see that hand. And then we've got Gary Greene on the phone, and we're going to be transitioning over to him. Here's a guy that has just knocking down $10,000 a week. If you want to hear how you can make money as a professional in TW3, he's coming up in just a second, and then we're going to be answering some more questions and giving some things away. But go ahead, Reagan.
Here we go. So this is from John. He says, I'm a member of the company now. I would like to know how I can get leads for my legal business. How can this help him grow his legal business?
Well, there's a lot of different types of legal businesses. There's the lawyer business. There's another company out there that sells, it's sort of like a network marketing business as well that you recruit for. There's different types of legal industries. He might be working with a brand that we don't necessarily say on live, or a firm or something like that. So if he's selling protection and stuff, there's 2 types of people you sell to. You're either selling people that need it and buy it as a service, or you're recruiting for people to sell it as a service if it's one of those things. So what I would tell him, if he's a member, the same way the same funnels, the same strategies, the same system that we sell TW3 as a platform, you could sell that if it's that type of business where you're recruiting for. Now, if he's selling it to people who are buying it as a service, that is in step 7 as a member, go over to Step 7 Advanced Training, where we show you how to isolate and target down to a particular niche, and then use which particular engagement tools, like a voice broadcast dialer, bulk texter, bulk emailer, something like that. But look at that training that I talk about in Step 7 called PPP, People, Product, Process. If I know my product, then I should know the people who buy that. If I can isolate who are the type of people that buy this product, then that informs my process and to engage them. And so we got a wonderful training for our Plus and Elite members over there at Step 7. I'm hoping, I've had him on the phone probably for too long, is Gary Greene back's on tonight?
Yes, Gary Greene is on tonight, yes.
He's in it to win it. Gary, tell me, if I wanted to make $10,000 a week, where would I go to do that?
I would just, map out the roadmap, to do it. I mean, obviously I didn't, do that the first week in the business. I've been with you for, around 5 years now. And so I've learned and been, taught along the way with all the products that you have in the product line, all the automation, all the income streams, that are in the product line too as well. But yeah, just in 1 week, I made $10,000 in 1 week just in resales, not counting any other income.
Not your residual portion or anything like that. Just a new business.
Right, that's correct. I mean, when you can make $10,000 a week, I mean, that's a pretty, strong statement, there. So I mean, yeah. So that's I have many days where I make $2,000 a day, $3,500 a day, $1,000 on a Sunday when I wasn't even working. I just took a couple of phone calls. So, although I have times where I had a guy that I was, trying to talk him out of not doing it.
Right.
Actually, believe it or not. I said, let me explain why you don't want to do this. But he wasn't, he wasn't listening to me. But it's unusual that you're actually trying to talk somebody out of sales. So, I mean, that's just goes against anything in my DNA, basically. But yeah,
that's
I was
true.
doing it, so yeah.
Is it not true, Gary and Lindsay? It's wonderful to have so many leads and getting good at driving those leads with our system and our platform to where you're actually in a position like Gary's saying, you're trying to talk some people out of it because there's some money just ain't worth grabbing.
Yes, I agree with that.
Gary,
hey, I had a question for Lindsay.
Yes.
What's up?
So, well, I know that you were talking about that you were spreading the word around the neighborhood. Have you been selling your neighbors still?
Not hard selling. I tell them, I'm like, hey, I'm making a lot of money and it's awesome. But no, I'm not going hardcore after my neighbors. They'll come when they're ready.
Gary, if you only knew how these folks around here treated me, you would send me a care package. I posted on Friday. A matter of fact, I'll just go over there. I posted this thing on Friday.
In the neighborhood page?
No, on I can't do that. On my
They're like, Terry Wilson lives in our neighborhood. He lives in our neighborhood.
I posted something on my Facebook blog. I was trying to be nice. I was trying to be kind. And I want you to see how some of my friends and neighbors treat me. So I go over here and I post on, see if I can pull it up here. Yeah, if you got your computer, you might be able to see it. I don't know if it's pulling up. Oh, yeah. So I pull this thing up, and it's got George Jefferson just going at it, just a dancing. He just downtown. I said, happy Friday, friends. Time to enjoy it like it's George Jefferson. Would, by the way, even, so I talk about you could even dance at church over the weekend if you want. There's some churches that allow you to do that. I said, but it's time to enjoy the weekend like George Jefferson. And he's just out there just a dancing and doing the slide.
I did see that.
And you know what? The response, here's my first fun. Now, Terry, how is Friday really different from any other of your days?
Oh.
Gary, they pretend I don't work.
Getting a bad reputation already. Can you believe that?
Well, I told him, I said, listen, I don't pretend to work, but I make a living at telling people you don't have to.
You do have a lot of time, though.
Well,
you got some time.
I've got a little bit of time. But listen, Gary's going to be at the conference.
Don't schedule me during his session either, because I'm going.
Gary's going to be at the conference, and I might sweet talk him out of giving a couple of it. He ain't going to give all of his secrets away, but I might be able to sweet talk him into giving a few of his secrets away. Okay. And I know he'll.
Yeah, we'll have to trade some secrets, most definitely.
That's right. We'll maybe do a little horse trading. But you remember the past conference?
I do.
And he had people hitting him up at the bar. just watching him, saying, how is it? Because every time you turn around, he's selling another one. And I was using him as an example. I said, guys, now Gary's been, at the time, he was like with me 5 years. He's going on 6 now. I said, he's been with me. He's a pro. He's been in business longer than he's been with me even. I said, but he's just using our tools, using it the way we show you. And he's loving life out there in Houston. Is it Galveston or Houston? That you got the boat slip out there and you go out on the ocean and Gulf and just fish and hang out, and he's living life like I want to, man.
But it's interesting that you move into a neighborhood that you're on a canal waterway, so they had a boat parade where everybody decorates their boat.
Oh, yeah.
And they come down your backyard, basically in the canal, and they're throwing candy off the boats, into the houses and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're throwing candy, like they put the candy in like plastic bags in case most of the time they're not going to make it to the dock, So you can get your fishing net and then fish out the candy, so you can still eat it,
That is awesome.
That's funny.
Well, Gary, give the guys a little bit of tidbit. What are you going to be sharing on the conference this coming March? Because you're one of our platform speakers. You're going to be giving some of your secrets. What can they expect to hear from Gary Greenbacks when they come?
Well, I'm going to go over, make available, my new revised fast track training, that I created and authored, years ago, as you know, Terry. So that's going to be, I'm going to be training on that and making that available to some members and so forth. And then also, if somebody wants to take it to the next level and they're really serious about their time and their money, then I'm going to show more about what I do behind the scenes on a day-to-day basis to be where I'm at in the business, today, coming up in 2019.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to go over a couple of different things, for, somebody that's interested in just getting into the program very quickly, start making money, in a short period of time. And then also, go over some more advanced information for somebody that's looking to make, multiple 6 figures, for example.
Sure. And, that answers the question of what you're going to be teaching on and why they should be there. And you're selling tickets as well to your folks. And so any of our elite members can sell tickets if they want. And you want to get them while they're hot. We've got some of the ones that are still available for half off is at worthmoreconference.com, and you're going to be able to hang out with Gary and some of the other guys and rub shoulders with them and elbows. And like I said, Gary's got a script that closes. It just flat out closes, period. And he's going to be offering that, I think, in some of the tidbits. So that's going to be awesome. Well, Gary, I can't wait to see you again, brother. I mean, you rocked it this past year, and I know you're going to do it again this year.
Oh yeah, I'm looking to scale, larger from, where I'm at now. So, I want to keep, moving up and up and up, most definitely. But I'm excited to see you too from last time where I met Lindsay, Reagan, and all you guys, and Chris, Bill, I think, and then also I think there was one other one that I'm missing from the last conference. But I've enjoyed meeting everybody too. Looking forward to meeting all you guys again. This time everybody knows what I look like now. Before, you didn't know. They said, "Who is that guy?" Wait, that's Gary Greene over there coming in.
Gary Greenbacks. Well, we got your picture up on the website now, so we can't miss. Now it's not just my ugly mug. We got a good-looking guy from Galveston here.
They can recognize me, so they'll say, "Okay, yeah, we put a face with the voice." So that's always a good thing. But
that's right.
But I'm also interested in getting some free drinks. So I heard somebody told me that you were going to buy me a drink or something.
I'm buying you a drink at the mixer. You're coming, because I'm gonna have you with me on my hip the whole time, so that when someone asks a question I can't answer, I'll at least have someone there that can answer it.
Most definitely.
All right, brother. Well, have a great night, and thank you for all you do at TW3. And you got members coming on every single day, it seems like, and we get shout outs in here all the time. I'd like to give a shout out to Gary. So your folks are sending it in through Pure Chat and stuff to give you a shout out as well. So you're doing a great job out there, Gary.
Well, I appreciate any new members that are giving me a shout out. That's always much appreciated. And also, happy holidays, Lindsay, Reagan, Terry, and stuff, and have a safe, good holiday and with friends and family. And we look forward to seeing each other, at the beginning coming up here in 2019. Most definitely.
You too. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Gary. See you, bro.
Okay, thank you.
That was Gary Greenback, the man, the legend, the way of life. He is a rock star, and he's got rock stars that he's brought on, and he's going to be one of the platform speakers. Him and Angela and Mark, and we've got a lot of great people that is just rocking it out. I know you've got probably some more questions coming in, so let's hit some of those questions and let's give some stuff away.
Oh, okay. So, how we're going to be doing the giveaway just as we go along, and I'll let you choose these. All right. So, that first couple questions were from non-members. Let's see here. This one's from Spencer. So he says, if you sign up for Elite, you get tickets to the conference for free. Correct?
That's right.
So
the only thing you have to pay for is the program, which is $29.
Sure. The second part of this question is how much for a second ticket for a significant other?
$97.
Cool. All right. First question done. Knocked out. 100 more to go.
100 more to go.
Let's see here. This one comes from Chris. Not our Chris, different Chris.
I was about to say, you can ignore that if that's our Chris.
This isn't from Big Nose. We're going to skip this one.
Oh.
It's what he put his username as. I don't even feel bad. This is literally.
Is he on tonight?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
He does have a big nose. Have you seen it?
Here's the question, though. If he's upset the next time I see him, which will be around Christmas time, then I know he listened. But if he didn't, I know he didn't listen.
That boy has got a honker.
This one is so we had orientation videos, correct?
Yes.
All right. It had old information. Is that updated yet?
Yes. It's
Cool.
already back there.
All right. First part already knocked out. Second part, and I think this is a great question. This is, I believe, from a member. Recently, I received a question from a prospective member who said to me, "I'm a single father. I lost my job 6 months ago. The cards are getting filled up now, and money is stretching thin. If I sign up as a member and learn this business, can you promise me that I will be able to start making money within the first month?"
Nope.
They said, I know how I answered it, but he's curious. How would you answer this?
Here's what I would answer it. I would tell him, if this is a member talking to someone and saying, if the member is a plus member or better, I would encourage that plus member to give that person other opportunities that are guaranteed hourly salary opportunities first.
Yep.
We do not want anybody that's under financial stress joining TW3.
Right. And we try and make that abundantly clear.
We make that abundantly clear, and yet the people still to this day will leave feedback saying they're taking advantage of poor people. No, we're not. We're giving poor people jobs, and I don't want to say poor people in the back, but people that are in need right now. Less than I've been there. It just was a few years ago. We were homeless. But I would say this. I would say if you want to be an entrepreneur and you want to go to the next level and you don't want to be stuck in an hourly salary job, but you're in the situation you're in right now, then let's be smart about it. First, let's get an hourly salary job and let's get food on the table if that's where you're at. Okay, and I can help you with that, and then show them. Then, secondly, let's get you as a sales affiliate, because it doesn't.
I'm sorry, just keep going. I'm not.
Okay, let's recruit him as a sales affiliate, which costs nothing, which gives him resale rights to the TW3 system, so he's got something to resell, and you've got an hourly job. And then, if you really believe in this person and you really want to help them, and you think it's going to be, then sell them some discounted leads that you generate with your system, to get some people over to them and help them get up and running and get started. Sure. And then as they get started, then they come on as a member, and then they start making the higher commissions, and they have the system that can generate unlimited leads to them. But they need to start this thing, because the worst thing that could happen is if this guy's got $2,000 in his bank account and he spends $1,000 with us, and then he spends another $200 or $300 in marketing and stuff like that in the next month or so. And then he doesn't pan out because he's not getting up to speed with the marketing, or not getting up to speed with the technical, or not something's happening. Because here's the thing. I have found people that are under stress are the worst learners in the world. They just don't pick up as quickly.
It's too much pressure.
And it has nothing to do with their intelligence. It has to do with their state of mind. So let's ease that state of mind. Let's get you making some money because our members can help folks get jobs with Uber, with Lyft, with Lowe's, with Home Depot. They can help them and get paid to do so. Mm-hmm. So it's not like you're spending your time and wasting it, but help them, get them in that situation. Recruit them as a sales affiliate for free, where they have resale rights. Sell them some leads for $50, $100. That's a lot cheaper than $1,000. Give them 25, 50 leads for $100 with your system. Let them start selling the system, start making some money, and then cash flow their system. But don't spend your last few dollars in this business or any other. It's just not wise counsel.
Right.
And I hope everybody take a minute marker on this show. snapshot this and then send it out to anybody that says.
Let it be known. We don't control your wallet, but
We
we
don't
would not
control your
advise
wallet.
spending your last dollar.
Yeah.
All right. This one comes from. Let's see. This one comes from Aaron.
This is why I have very little tolerance for people that play the victim card, because that advice right there, I've been giving for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And somehow it escapes people.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Any more footnotes?
Strike two.
Sorry. I sorry.
All right. So affiliates, where are they getting their leads? Pretty simple question, but it's a good question.
Affiliates get their leads from Hustle, or they get their leads from buying leads from our members who can generate leads with their system.
Correct.
Or they get their leads from getting the data scraper, which is nothing more than a glorified Yellow Pages where you type in keywords and it extrapolates and scrapes leads into a spreadsheet for you, and then you cold call.
Yep. What are we essentially giving affiliates? Because, I mean, anybody can sign up to be an affiliate right now, so it's not.
They're getting training, they're getting scripts, and they're getting access to one particular software it's a data scraper where they can get leads to start calling on, but you still have to cold call.
Yep.
Or you need to buy warm leads, inbound leads from your recruiter and trainer.
Can I say something about the affiliate program real quick?
You can say two things.
Okay, two things. So I have some people who are like trying to be thrifty, and that is why they're like doing the affiliate thing.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean by thrifty?
Like maybe they are able to afford the sales rep package, but they're like, I'm just gonna start with the affiliate package. I don't recommend that. If you really want to go all in and you want to give this a try, get one of the packages if you can afford it.
If you can afford it.
If you can't afford it, I get it.
But I get what you're saying.
I get it. But don't go the affiliate route.
Well, that's not the better option.
It's really
Hey,
hard.
real quick, is your mic muted?
No.
Okay. Sorry.
It's not the better option. The only reason I said that, and here's the thing, statistically speaking, affiliates don't pan out.
Right.
Only about 2% of them
they have
actually
no skin in the game.
There's no skin in the game.
Yeah.
They don't have all the training. They don't have the system. They don't have the software. They don't have the support. So it's not the better option. I'm not saying that. Thank you for bringing that up and clarifying, because it helps round off the nuance of this. The better option is being a member and having the system software.
Well, and also as a coach, I mean, if I've got an elite member who needs an appointment with me versus an affiliate,
you're not going to.
Where is my time?
I'm
invested in the people that
affiliates get support by coming here and by the videos that we send out to them, and a little bit from their trainer. That's it.
Right.
Okay. So it's not that that's a better option. What we're saying is, if you're broke and have no money, then you don't have margin to invest.
Right.
And the reason I'm this way on this end, because if you do invest, you're not going to get any sympathy on the back end. I'm calling it straight right now.
Right.
We have a lot of people come in their first few weeks are making money. Mm-hmm. We guarantee in 90 days, if you're a Plus member better doing it our way, you'll make money. Mm-hmm. We guarantee it. But what we can't guarantee is when you get up to speed to be able to execute on those things, because we require you to do a certain amount of things. And once you're able to do those things, the 90-day clock starts.
Yes.
When does that happen? I don't know.
My two people that have like truly gone through, they're doing great.
Yeah,
like,
and they
will. You follow the system, you do great.
I'm no bones about it. You're gonna make money if you do it the way we
I have some people that I think they will do great, but they kind of signed up before the price change.
Yeah.
And they signed up with the intention that it's going to take a while because I've got some other irons in the fire right now.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
That's great too. They're going to do great too.
Bam Bam sent in a call at the very beginning of the show. I think it was months before.
Yep.
Joe, top producer.
Yep.
Like, it was
Mark
a year.
well.
Mark.
Yep.
Took, I think he sold in his first few weeks.
Right. But he backed off.
He backed off, and he didn't have the.
And there's no shame in that, but he backed off.
He wasn't the Mark Griffin that he is now. Because Mark now is he's up there, bumping, giving Gary a run for his money. Some others.
That's right. We said it, Gary.
That's right. But we're messing with it. We like to jide all of them a little bit. But it's true. I mean, but he told me, and Mark, I don't know if y'all read his review, but I cried.
I didn't read it, so now I have to read
it.
Go
to TerryWilson3.com and read the review Mark left for me. I had to text him and said, "You've made me cry." And he said, "I was just sharing my heart." It was one of those.
That pastor heart.
he we've got some great people. We just got some great people in this business, and I would tell anybody, and the gentleman here, if you're hungry, you want to do something, this is the place to do it. If you don't have money, get money and then come back. We're just trying to protect ourselves because we get it all the time. People that just come in and then they accuse us of claiming they're going to be rich tomorrow, and they're not, and then they try to make it our fault. And I struggle with that, and so we're just trying to protect ourselves from it. That's all.
You sort of got into it a little bit here, which was honestly amazing because I just copied and pasted these questions randomly, making sure I had a place to look at them quickly.
Yeah.
But you guys were hitting the marks of the questions that were lining up next. So the next question after the one that were, how are affiliates getting leads and whatnot was, can you explain the money made guarantee and how it can be used as a closing tool?
Yeah. So at one, I've got a video that's already produced about how I can guarantee you'll make money, and it's at YouTube if you want to go over there. And it was like it just produced in the last several weeks, so just look for it. But it's basically this: we have a 90-day money made guarantee that says this: if you credential at the plus level or better, you do steps 1 through 6. Once steps 1 through 6 are completed, and you're doing the task as we assign out, then from that day to 90 days, because we got to have you up and running doing this activity. You do this activity within 90 days, we guarantee you results. And if you don't get the results, we suspend your admin fees. We don't give you money back because there's no refunds. Yeah. Mark the timer down. I said it. I had a guy who says, I'm going to go tell everybody there's no he got upset. This is a couple of years ago. I'm going to go tell everybody there's no refunds in the system. I'm going to let everybody know. I said, I wished you would because I've been saying it for 10 years.
You signed 3 times.
You signed 3 times. Because it's a software. It's a website. It's service. It's all digital. You can't unring that bell. It's not like I bought a widget from Walmart and I don't want the widget no more and you go back. So I'm getting too old.
I want to lighten you up a little bit.
No, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. It's just, people sometimes like, yeah, go please. Post on every form you get.
Are you still upset that you didn't get that 6th Christmas tree today?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely what's killed us.
All right, go ahead.
Our next question, actually, it was the second part of this question. How come Reagan isn't on camera?
Because
I've been asking for months.
He's
like,
too
hey,
good
can I get a
looking.
camera?
He's too good looking. That's the truth.
No.
That's the point is Reagan is young and very handsome, and I'm old and not. And so I don't want the competition. I don't feel competition from Lindsay because I want an attractive female on the show. But I don't want an attractive guy because then they say, well, who is this idiot? So I have to keep him
It's solely been Reagan doesn't want a camera. I'm camera shy. That's what they keep trying to give me one. So
we have a third camera in here that I can hit one button and he'd be
not
on.
Interested. Thank you, though.
He's not interested.
Remember when podcasts were just
Remember
audio?
when it was an audio format?
You didn't have to worry about being on camera.
Hey, we're giving stuff away. We got questions coming in, and we're going to give a $1,000 call campaign to someone. We're giving a booster to someone that asked a good question, and we're going to give for whoever buys a conference ticket first tonight. We're going to be giving them a free networking session with us as well. So you want to go over there and get that as well.
This ties into what you just said. This one comes from Andy. After one purchases a ticket, will they get a receipt showing how much they were charged?
When they buy a
ticket to the conference.
Yeah. What happens when you purchase your tickets over at the conference section? It's a form that you're filling out, and it's processed the next day, and you're emailed a receipt that we've got your card. And then you go into a format to where we send out emails because we're going to tell you the exact location. Sometime around January, we're going to nail down the exact.
Essentially, you will be getting a confirmation all through email.
Within 24 hours, you're going to get a confirmation.
Yeah.
When your card is charged, if you went over right now and bought the tickets, your card technically is not charged right now. It will be charged in the coming few hours. Usually, it's around 24 hours. It's processed. It's on a different system.
Cool. Real quick, we got more questions, so I don't want anybody to think I'm skipping your question, but Gary wanted to make sure we shouted out his website. He forgot to shout out his website.
What's Gary's website?
Probably should have pulled that up first. I believe it was GaryGreene1.com.
GaryGreene1.com.
Let me
it's going to be in the house.
Check that.
GaryGreene1.com. I think that's right. Yeah. He's just trying to beat me because I'm the third and he wants to be in first place. I know Gary. I know Gary. I know his ilk.
This next question comes from Trevor. My question, I have a number of personal contacts I'd like to introduce to TW3. At what point in my progress should I introduce them to TW3? And what is the best way to make that introduction? The podcast?
The podcast. The podcast, absolutely. The reason we do this podcast is, number one, so your people can sort of get a cut of our jib. I bet you don't know what that means.
I don't.
Yeah,
Is that something the young kids are saying these days
that's
that you stole?
That's what kids are saying nowadays. You got to be hip to that. No, so they can understand, that this is the guy, this is the personality, this is the folks now, and see if it's something that's right for them, because we don't want anybody that, I tend to use references sometimes and speak in a way that's very endearing to some people and just irritates a lot of other people. And so, let them sort of see the product. I'm the product. This is the training that you get in video form is going to be from me. Yeah. So introduce them, have them come on the show and ask me a question. I'm not afraid to answer any question, and we can do that. But yeah, I would just shoot them out an email with some of the videos. I would go in your back office, see some of the videos that speak to you, resonate with you, are more relevant to your audience, and then send them that video. So that's a great way to do it as well. Good question, Reagan.
Well, it wasn't my question, but thank you. I read it really well. This next one comes from.
I'm thirsty, y'all.
These pretzels are making me thirsty.
This
for our Seinfeld fans.
This next one comes from.
I totally missed that reference because I don't watch that show. So
I'm gonna let him breathe this one out. This one comes from John. Does your lead generation system work in the solar industry?
Yes.
I sell solar and am having difficulty connecting to potential buyers.
Yeah, so our lead generation tool connects and works with any industry, any product, any service. And I'll tell you why I can say that. Because our product is not based nor contingent upon one particular tool. If I was, for instance, only selling a voice broadcast dialer, I couldn't say that, because voice broadcasting only works in certain markets, certain industries. If I was only selling a blog, then I couldn't say that. But because we have, and you can go to terrywilson3.com/FAQ and see a list of all the things that are involved in there is absolutely no product, good, or service that I've found that we can't generate leads for, and we have training and support to show you how. Now, that doesn't mean specifically like solar energy, here's what you do. Go over here and grab the voice broadcast dialer, dial this list of people, and use this script and send them to this stuff. We don't have that. What we have is an overarching, here's how these tools work.
a template
To go by here, and then you book some support so that a trainer, and if you come on an elite level, I do the training for you. If you come on a plus, one of my other elite trainers do it for you. But we sort of help you strategize a marketing campaign, saying, okay, you need this engagement tool, you need to use this, and we sort of help you build it.
Right.
But yeah, there's not a single product, good, or service that we can't generate leads for, because we've just about got them all. I don't know.
We give you a great map in the training in steps 1 through 6, and then you can insert your own content and graphics.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Cool. Little bit of a side note here, but I'm not sure if that person was a member or not. They might have been, but I only have their first name. That could be a good choice for the 1,000.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I feel like that would work well in their industry.
Okay.
We'll probably have to go over a lot of this after the show to send out the thing, because it's going to take a lot of backtracking. Anyway, this is all side minutia. Let's get to the next question.
Do you know what he's talking about?
No.
Okay.
I was talking about the giveaway and stuff. I was going to say we're going to have to do some of the giveaway stuff like after the podcast and send them an email because.
Okay, so the 1,000 voice podcast dialer, we'll send you an email and we'll announce it in the show notes here.
Sure.
The bulk, I've already got someone picked for the mixer.
Okay.
The free mixer, because we've got about 5 tickets that have come through.
Okay.
So I'm just going to randomly pick one of those folks, and then we'll give away a member's booster tonight.
Sure. I also.
But the 1,000 free dials, we'll pick one of the non-members and we'll shoot you an email tonight. They'll have it tonight.
I also we've given away a sales funnel tonight as well, because this made me laugh pretty
Okay,
good.
sales funnel has been given away.
Yeah, this one comes from Frank. He says, "Good day, Terry. My granddaughter Zariah asked me what I wanted for Christmas, and I told her she's 3 years old, by the way, that I hope that Santa would bring me a sales funnel. She had trouble saying funnel, and I won't tell you how it came out, but do you think this will give me an advantage to Terry gifting me a sales funnel? Wishful thinking, folks. I hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas and a spectacular New Year. TW3.
Frank, you got a free sales funnel.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
He was making me laugh, so I was like, yeah, you're getting a free funnel.
You're getting a free funnel. There you go.
Yeah.
Just for making us laugh. Now watch what happens. We'll have more jokes come in.
Yes.
Everybody's testing it on me now. All right.
If I say Quackenbush, can I get an elite package?
Mark. Let's see here. Let's trying to line up our next question here. Okay. What are the advantages of phone calls where the system waits for an answer versus just a ringing voicemail? So this is a non-member asking sort of about our dialer.
Our
and
dialer.
what
Okay,
the advantages are.
So the advantage is conversion. The way we train you using our voice broadcast dialer. Okay, let me just illustrate this way. What's more compelling to you? You getting a phone call that says, "Hi, you've won a trip to blah, 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 blah. Press 1 now to speak to a live agent." Or, hey, and you get a voicemail. You come home or you pick up your cell phone. "Oh, I didn't even know the phone rang." And they listen to their voicemail. "Hey, this is Terry. I'm sorry I missed you. I really need to talk to you about something that we just pulled your name for. I think you'll be interested in, but I need to know before 5 o'clock if you want to do this. Give me a call back. My number is 800-673-1728. I'm extension 1 because I've got an ego issue." Talk to you later.
You would have had me until the joke, and I'd been like, I don't really like his tone.
This guy's an idiot. But I call 1,000 people.
Maybe 2 of them.
And 2 of them likes my sense of humor. And I was so vague, they don't even know what it's about.
But they're bored.
But they're bored because The Price is Right is only so entertaining.
I like The Price is Right.
Well, you're one of the few. No, I'm kidding. But the point is, you are going to, if I call 1,000 people that message, I'm going to get a ton of people calling me back wanting to know. And that is just a very generic script. I'm actually a little bit better than that when it's written down and stuff. But leaving it on a voicemail, I didn't bother anybody. Right. I didn't interrupt their day. Therefore, I did not beep them off. See, I censored myself because I don't have one of those beepers.
Because you only got 1 strike left.
I only got 1 strike left, and I really want to stay in the game. I swung before the bell came in. But that's the point. It's more compelling, and so a voicemail drop is better, and so that's why we train on how to do that. Did I answer the question, Reagan? You're over there laughing, so I'm
reading ahead of stuff.
Guys, thanks for staying on with us. We're about to announce the winners. I know we went long tonight, but this is our last podcast until the end of the year, and so we just wanted to get as much in as we could.
This one's from Craig. I'm new to this program. How do I train people I recruit? What's the best way to train people?
How to train people to recruit?
No. How does he train people that he recruits? What's the best way?
Okay, I love this question. Okay, here's the thing, Craig. You're new to the business. I love this. We don't expect you to be the author of any massive training. I mean, we don't expect you to be a Gary Greene or Lindsay Taylor or Mark Griffin or anybody like that right now. We don't. We don't expect you to be there. We expect you to be the librarian of the books that's already created for you. You just have to be familiar enough with the system and the back office and the dashboard, which is the same thing. When I say dashboard or back office, I mean the same thing. They say, oh, you need to know how to use a voice broadcast dialer. That means you need to go to the lead tools tab, go to the dialer, and then watch the video on that. Oh, you're wanting to create leads for blah, 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 and you're a plus member. You go to the plus level and you go into step 7 and watch the training on that.
Right.
You are the librarian. That's all you are.
And then when they don't understand something in the training, that's why we have ticket support.
That's why we have ticket support in the back office.
And sometimes it's just hand-holding. Sometimes it's just...
It's very much... There's just something psychologically about people saying, oh, there's a real... Listen, if the video training would answer all the questions, I would not have my business structured the way I do.
Yeah.
I would not have my members making the lion's share of the profits. I would retain it all for myself because I say, well, all the videos, right? The training's right there. It's a video. But it requires people, and that's why we have the commission split. And all that you and others are doing is just sort of being there, just a real voice, a real person, so that you can have a dialogue and understanding can take place.
And be a cheerleader sometimes.
Be a cheerleader, because this is an emotional business. I don't care if you're the most macho man in the world. Everybody gets discouraged from time to time. Everybody gets frustrated from time to time. Everybody has to be talked off a ledge sometimes.
I have a couple friends who are personal trainers, and I've looked into like getting somebody that's like super knowledgeable in working out and stuff to help me get better at it. And it seems like the main thing with a lot of personal trainers is it's not so much that they have this wealth of knowledge that nobody else has, because we all have the internet, we all have YouTube. I can look up how to do perfect form bench press right now. Like that's just available to me. What they're there for is accountability.
Yes.
There's someone there that's saying, "Hey, did you count your macros today? Hey, did you do your extra cardio today?" Like whatever it is, that accountability is there, and I feel like in some ways that's a lot of what our recruiters are. They're sort of,
That's
"Hey,
so
are
true.
you doing the steps? Are you
Yep.
placing your ads? Are you
Yep.
following up with people? You know, how's
Where
your
are you
funnel
at
looking?"
in the process? That's exactly right.
So I think that for a lot of our recruiters, that's something they should keep in mind.
And it's valuable too. I hate shakes. You know, I used to hate shakes, and I was like super against them. But this girl that sold isogenic shakes was offering, you know, if you buy these shakes, I'm going to be your coach.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, gracious, I need somebody to stay on me.
Sure.
And so I bought
It's
the
important,
shakes, even though I hated them. I thought I did. Now I like them.
Yeah.
But I invested in that
Chalk
because
is an
it was
acquired
value.
taste.
You're having
You
the
know
wrong
what?
shakes.
They're not so bad when
I
you
know,
put coffee in them.
Coffee and vodka makes anything. No, I'm kidding.
This next question kind of leads into some of this, and I thought it was a good question. Are there any plans in the near future to have live customer service, including tech service, instead of just having tickets?
Well, that's what your trainers are there for.
Yep.
That is what your trainer, the live service is coordinated between you and your trainer. And I would tell you, when you onboard, just get with your trainer, because we have a thing called contract to manage. Is what we train all of our recruiters and trainers to do, to have an open dialogue with their new members right up front, saying this is when I can be available for you, and this is the level of availability. And so everybody's expectations are on the same place. Now, if we were to have to handle all of that, that means I'd have to bulk up
We would
20
need to
member
be
staff.
a much bigger business to handle that volume of.
The rep package would cost $5,000 rather than $1,000.
Exactly. Yeah, sure.
Because that's the only way you could do it.
Yeah.
You know, to offer that kind of support. So what we decided to do is take a $1,000 sale and give $750 of it to a live, real person who's a sales rep and
trainer.
Yep. And that's how it's.
Well, they included that. They had mentioned it. This is software, and there's many technical issues, which a lot of our technical issues are user error. It's I would say 98%
not
of it is
trying to I'm not.
error.
This is just a statistical fact because we've looked at it.
No, I hope this didn't come across as a dig or something.
It's not a disparaging remark.
No.
It's not a.
But it's simply just not knowing where to click at. You know,
don't take this as us being defensive, but we've done this for a long time, and we rarely have issues that are on our end. It's always operator error, and we're not saying that it's your fault. Not it's just someone's got their pop-up blockers set on their browser. Someone has not typing in the right password, or not got the right URL address, or don't even know what URL address means.
Sure. Can't find the password.
Can't find their password. It's always 98% of the time it's operator error, and we don't mean that we're
That's
there
not
to
an
help.
insult. Yeah.
But
said all that to say there are some times that the recruiter's not going to know what the issue is.
Sure.
Like, I've never seen this. This is kind of odd.
Absolutely.
And that doesn't mean that, because that also means when they go to ticket support, sometimes it is hard to understand what somebody is meaning when they say, my whole screen's red. I don't know what to do with that as someone that's in tech support. It's like, I'm sorry. Could you elaborate? We have Wednesday night trainings.
That's
Come
exactly
to the
right.
Wednesday night training. We're a lot. That is our live
support.
That's live support.
live support. One-on-one.
Screen share.
Yeah.
Let me see your screen. What are you seeing?
Yeah.
I look at it and then I answer questions.
But what's weird is we found that most people don't tend to come to the Wednesday night trainings, but they'll send in tickets, which is fine.
And a little word to the wise: the ones who come to Wednesday night and are asking questions, and are really struggling because of something, they've been on Wednesday nights, then they send in a ticket, they always come to the top of the list.
Yep.
Because that's someone that never comes to the Wednesday nights, someone that we can look in the back office that's not even watching the video training, and then they're sending in tickets.
It's hard to support that, and it's not that we don't want to, but it's like we need to be on the same level of communication.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
We got kind of deep into the weeds there, but I thought it was good for some of our members.
All right, let's give some stuff away because I know we're running long. Do we got more questions that we need to answer?
We have about one. We got one. I want to make sure we get to this one.
All right, get this one.
This is from Janine. Just want to say,
Janine.
Just want to say this is a great podcast. Loving it. Can't wait for the conference in March. What would you say is the number one most important thing to do aside from following up with our prospects?
The number one thing, the number one best thing you can do besides following up with your prospects is to invite them to these things, have them engage, to make sure that you have some sort of autoresponder that you're dripping on them, and making sure that you're offering value to them at least once a week, just touching base with them, offering them something, offering them. And when I say value, it could be just a word of encouragement. Hey, just thinking about you. I know we talked, blah, 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 and just saying, when the time is right, letting them know that, number one, you care, and number two, there's no pressure, but you're there when they're ready to pull the trigger. And just keeping them engaged. That's the best. That's why we beg our members, get an autoresponder, get set up with our AR if you don't have one. Get it going, because that's going to be the best way to close more. And I've actually, over in my store, I've got a book that I wrote, The Art of the Follow-Up. If you haven't got that, it's only like $5. Get that, because it's invaluable, I think, because it gives a sort of a template that I use to follow up with people. You said
you're ready to start giving away stuff.
So I have got, let's go ahead and pull this. I pulled this one up. We have got a Steve Lee. I'm not going to pronounce your first name because you asked me not to, because I butchered it in a training. But that is a member, and he has won. He's coming to the conference, and he has won the free mixer.
Woohoo!
Cool. Woohoo!
That's awesome.
So Steve, welcome. And you've got the free mixer, and now give me an email of the members who have, send me a text of the members right now, if you can, that have participated, asked question night. We're going to give someone some booster leads here. We're going to send some booster leads out. Okay. And then for the non-member who was on tonight asking questions, we're going to get together with Reagan, and we'll send you, we got to pick which one we're going to do, but we're going to send you a voice broadcast dial out. What that works is, so let's say you're in this industry or this industry. We're going to say, we're going to give you a number to call. Say, call this number, record a message, a 15-second message of what you want to say. And we'll sort of even help coach you a little bit on what to say. And tell us who you want to call with that message. And we say, who do you want to call? We're going to say, what income do they need to be? What area of the country do they need to be? What credit rating do they need to be? We're going to ask what's called some demographical questions. Then we're going to say, give us that information, record your message. We're going to send your message out to 1,000 people. We're going to leave it on their voicemail. And just some components you need to leave in your voicemail is your name and your callback number. So be smart about that. Hey, this is Bob Smith. I'm calling you about fill in the blank. My number is, and then you give them your number. I'd like to call me back before fill in the blank. So but we retail this for $197, in between $150 to $197. But we're going to give somebody that away tonight after we get off the calls. But that's a little bit more complicated. Are you sending me a?
I'm trying to. This laptop is dying and losing Wi-Fi, so this might have to be. I can't give the email live anyway, but.
No, I wasn't talking about the email. I was talking about. Well, so I tell you what, I've got Pure Chat here. So let's just look. I'm looking, and I'm just going to pull someone randomly here. We're just pulling random. We're just going around. Y'all want to talk amongst yourselves for a second?
Give it to the solar guy.
Give it to. Well, that's not that. Is he a member?
No, I don't believe he was a member.
Oh,
I don't know.
Was
it was
just
just first
gift.
Was that a non-member?
Yeah, this is.
Well, then Well, I tell you what. He just won. The solar guy won 1,000.
Cool.
Dial. So what's his name?
Yeah, first name was John, I believe.
John. So you got his email and stuff?
I can pull it up.
John, we're going to give you those $1,000. Good. Lindsay making a corporate decision over here. I like that. Let's go ahead and make some executive decision around here.
Sorry.
And so I'm going to. She said, I got to go. It's 10:45 Eastern Standard Time.
Bedtime.
It's past my bedtime. Somebody make y'all don't hurt. I see her
guy.
over there just texting her husband. I'm sorry, he keeps talking. I can't leave. You know, I know what's going on.
He was like, y'all still live?
Yeah, we're still live. And I tell you what, I'm trying to find a member.
It's not as easy as you think because the emails aren't easily accessible.
So many that came in.
Yeah.
So here, I got one just popped up. Caroline Nelson.
Mm-hmm.
From where's Grandma Joyce from? What's the name of that town?
Oh, where she's living.
Yeah,
it's in Virginia.
Yeah, what's the name? I can't remember.
I don't know. It's like right outside Bethesda or something.
No, that's Maryland.
They're close, very close.
Anyway, Caroline, she's from same area. Caroline is coming to the conference. She just won 1,000. 25, excuse me. I'm getting everything.
Struggling.
I'm struggling. It's getting like 25 leads. Our booster leads. We're going to send her 25
Woohoo,
leads.
Caroline.
Cool. Caroline. And I'm trying to think of the name of that.
There was another one that I wanted to do.
Well, we'll give 2 away.
Yeah, because I think we had a good catalog. Spencer, because Spencer had some good questions.
Well, that's right. Because Caroline didn't ask. I'm gonna give it to her anyway because I mentioned it, and we'll give Spencer a booster leads away. Because I was going through just trying to find members' names, and I've seen all these.
Yeah.
But you're talking about something that was read out loud. So anyway, Caroline always participates in our things. I saw her pop up, but Spencer had a great question. We'll give him. So we got 2 booster leads. We're just giving stuff away. Midlothian, thank you, Mark.
I just saw that text come through.
Thank you, Mark. Midlothian. So just by the way, is Grandma Joyce still up? She's probably gone to bed. She's visiting us, Caroline, for the holidays. She's upstairs right now, and I'll have to let her know that we're giving a shout out to Midlothian. But thank you guys for being on tonight. I hope you had a wonderful time. Sorry we went so long. We went 1 hour and 45 minutes. It's been our longest record. But hey, we had fun. You're tired. I'm looking at you.
I go to bed at 8:30. So.
My God, would you shut up so I can go home? Well, we're out. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. See you in 2019. Go to worthmoreconference.com. That's worthmoreconference.com. Get your tickets right now. You're going to be able to see Mark. You're going to be able to see Angela. You're going to be able to see Gary. I see that hand.
Did you have a site for airfare at one point?
TerryWilson3.com/booking. TerryWilson3.com/booking to get up to
Sorry, Daniel, I had missed your question beforehand.
Yeah, to get up to 70% off on your airfares and everything else. So you can over there. Guys, thanks for staying on with us so late tonight. Lindsay, thank you for staying awake. Who said I'm awake?
Thank you for listening to our show today at TerryWilson3.com. If you would like more information on how we can take your money, your business, and your life to the next level, then please visit us online at TerryWilson3.com or call 800-673-1728.
This is the Terry Wilson. Really? I'm excited, Terry. I want to get started here.
Is this a celebrity, Terry Wilson?
Oh, my word.
How you doing, sir?
Dude, don't even go there. I've been listening to this for a while, and I'm finally like, okay, guys, what a privilege. I mean,